Hello everybody, here we are for a second tutorial. Tonight we're gonna talk about how to create a new client, a new customer. So it's gonna be really easy, and we start from the dashboard. So we have two chances and two buttons, and one is here, the other one is on the left side as customer. Here you just have to click on it. There's a list of the existing clients. We just check from the search field if the customer is already in the list, and the name is no, it's not present, so we go for a new customer. The only data mandatory are last name and first name. All the other are optional. So, but the more data you put in, and the more analytics you can have it later. So it is better if you fill it as much as you can. So I put the last name and the first name, gender male, mobile, this is not real, a club, a couch, like this, an email, so if there's an email here, and if you put in the setting to send an automatic email when the stringing job is done, the mail will be sent automatically. Birthday, if you want to put it, tax code, there's no need, it's just if you need it. Referred stringing point is the one that we are using now, but if you want to change it because you have more than one stringing point and you want to refer this customer to another stringing point, you can do it from here. Okay, so it's very easy. We save the changes. From here I can directly add an order, but I don't want to do it. I just want to go to the customer file. So you have a resume of all his data, the email, name, mobile, the club, the coach. You can add it here. You can add an order. If you want, you can put a note. If you need to remember something about this customer, you can put in here. Maybe whatever you want. And it will be shown here. If there are more than one note, it will say notes number 1, notes number 2, 3, 4. So it will show the last one, but if there are other, you just can go inside and you will see all the other notes. This is a really interesting, prepaid. Many stringers and many shops have a prepaid plan for his customer, so you can do it from here. You can add, for example, 10 restringing job at 140. It's a euro, the currency we have put in here. We add a prepaid, so now this customer has 10 remaining stringing of 10. When you add an order, it will say this is remaining 9 of 10, 8 of 10, and just like this. We have the Racket. We have to add his Racket. Maybe here drive, so it's easy. So this list comes from Racketpedia. it will happen the same with the strings that will come from Stringipedia. So if you find the right racket, you just click on it. If the racket is not on the list, you can just write it the name of the racket you wanted to do it, and that's it. The only mandatory field in this page is the racket and the identifier. So each racket must have a number, and can't be the same for a second racket. It must be number 2, the other one, because we want to follow the story of this racket. Okay, when we will develop a tournament software, we'll do completely different, but in this case we want this. So the pattern is 6090. So this is not mandatory, yeah? It's those are the data that maybe they might be very helpful later. So the sport is tennis, is proposed tennis, might be squash, badminton. This is tennis because we put tennis on the settings. You can write a note about this racket. So something you have to remember from this racket, maybe broken grommet 7H. So just to remember something. If you want, you can add a weight balance net or whatever. At the moment is not useful. We don't use it, but later we're gonna to add some custom tools. So maybe this part would be important, but at the moment it's not useful. I save the changes, and so you can see the data we have put before. Bubble Purify 2080, number 1, the partner, the handle, the notes, broken grommet. So every time I will string this racket, it will come this one. Okay, until I cancel it. If this customer has another racket, the same racket, but the number 2, I won't do all the same operation I did before, but I just go here, I do clone, I just put the identifier number 2 and save the changes, and so my racket number 2 is already ready. But clearly, if the racket is different, you have to do it. Add a new racket, put in the new model. From here you have the stringings button. Now this customer is new, so it's empty, but if not, you will see all the stringing jobs that this customer has done in the past. So we say the date, the racket, main and cross, then the frequency, the DT from ERT 300 or from the chromatic from Proti1, the stringer, the price, in this case it will say prepaid, and played hour, we'll see it another time. And so if you want to go back to the racket, there are some other button here. There is a permalink that we'll explain it later. So the edit, if you want to change something about this racket data, the clone, to cancel the racket, and to add an order that you can do it even from here. So for tonight it's all. So if you need to ask any question, we are here for you.